to come up here and you could get a better entry to go short. Just my personal humble opinion. Maybe up to just here, but this is reversed. This is out of whack. So this tells me you can get a better entry still. The 200-day should be below the 100-day. That's a key no-no here right now. There's no way this can play down past here. Yeah, see, now it's starting a tiny push up. Because this has to come above here. It just does. So this market is, you're probably going to get a better entry to go short. It might not be a great entry, but you might come up a little bit here, or it's just going to take a few more minutes because this is an anomaly. You can't have this. This needs to be, the 200 needs to be below the 100 as this drop starts, in my opinion. See? These are just anomalies here that can't happen. And once you start understanding that, you can understand these little short-term flows. That's just a little anomaly looking at that. In the 3 minutes, we started a bullish cross, see? So, like I said, before it comes down, it's probably going to come up somewhere in this area. So, remember where our stop loss was at? I started to learn, if I'm going to buy something, where is my stop loss? I wait for it to come up there, then I buy. Because if I put a stop loss somewhere, that means I think the market manipulation can come up there. So why not just wait for it to come to that spot before I buy? So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm feeling. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. It's almost 9 o'clock. If anybody wants to say anything else, add anything else, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already following the channel and you want to tune in for tomorrow, I'd greatly appreciate you hit that follow button. Make sure to join me on YouTube. It's on my Twitch page and the homepage on Twitch. Got my YouTube link. Make sure you join me on YouTube. Mondo, so you're going to short when it gets to 36.6. XRP 20, what was that? 2022? Indeed. Have a good night. If I was going to short this position, I wouldn't short it until we came back up and failed up here, yeah. Because I just feel like we have an anomaly right now in the 1 minute where it can't happen. That's why I said I think this still needs to come up a little bit because that 200 day is not in the right spot. That's a dead giveaway that we're not ready to crash. This feels like a trap spot. Although, when this happens, though, you can stay like this and give it like 2, 3, 4 minutes and just how it bounced up from here real quick. And now it stays up here and then the 100 day will cross the 200 because the short-term price action was greater than the longer. We're kind of just messing around here. But you can see, this still needs, man, I feel like this is a trap and it's going to come up one more level before the dump. I feel like a lot of people bought here on the Bart Simpson top to go short. I do. Because I feel like this was a good time for a lot of people, but then it just breaks up and then does something like this. And then people will be like, what the? And then it just... But we got to make up this. This pattern still is here. So this probably will be a left shoulder and then it'll play to the head. And then it'll come down. And if it comes down, no harm, no foul, because you're not in the position. And then for next time, you say, well, I thought this was going to happen, but it did not. Maybe I take a snap here and take a gamble. And then what happens the next time? Then it does what you said. And then you're like, well, what the hell? When I didn't buy it, it goes up. Or down. I mean up. When I do buy it, it goes down. I can't win. That's trading. But it is fun when you start to predict like this. This is when you're like, okay, well, what's going to happen? I mean, to me, it kind of seems like a dead giveaway. That's a bullish W, which means we're gonna have to pay. I always say we're gonna have to pay the piper for these kind of things. Kind of makes me want to buy just to buy. Makes me want to buy just to ride it up to 36.7, but I have a greater plan, so I don't want to keep buying, selling. I just would rather have my 1 point so I don't have to be convoluted and be like, I'm buying the long, buying the short, buying the long, buying the short, buying the long, buying the short. I like the areas. I see an area where I can go short. If it hits it, I'll be very happy. If it doesn't, no harm, no foul, because I'm not losing money. What does everybody think? Does everybody think we're on the money tonight? I think yesterday and today were two of the best classes we've had in quite some time. Episodes, classes, whatever you want to call them. But I think it was straight to the point. We learned a lot. And you guys got to see little tricks of what I'm thinking right now and little nuances of the market that make me believe that we're not ready to just go exactly down just now. The 1 minute still dictates that we need to come up a little bit. Feels like it needs to come up to at least 36.6, 36.756. But you see how this slowly crossing? It's going to try to cross the 200. So we'll see. We'll see if the pattern actually presents itself to come up higher. But you see how every minute that goes by now, the 100 slowly starting to... It's getting ready to cross the 200 now. See? That's what we're waiting for. I want to buy XRP tonight too. It's just, we got to make sure that we're not... Remember? Because we could end up buying it right here. Or right here with the stop loss, and then what would have happened? The stop loss we talked about is going to be in danger already if we would have just bought it. And you see how it's already come up, and now you're in danger. This is going to be a danger push now for anybody with stop losses. I guarantee it. Because a lot of people use 20x or less. So if somebody bought there, that's over. That's like 16%. Up here, that's... No one's holding it through there. No one's holding it through 30%. It's not going to, or through 25%. It's not happening. So your best bet is to wait for it to come up to this formation and see what it does. Because that's a very uncertain pattern right there, in my opinion. I think the pattern would be happier if it came down here and tested 35.1 to rebound and break to its next high. That's why I've targeted that spot. I can taste it. I'm dreaming about that area. Say, Tom, long me here. And if not, if it doesn't work out, the best part, Tom, is if it does hit here and you buy me at 35.142, simply put on a stop loss at like 34.89. And if it breaks there, that's what it feels like. Certainly what it feels like. The problem is, though, is we need this. We want this. I want this. I want this. We just got to break this stupid pattern. Just got to break that. That's the ascending short-term triangle we're in. We might have to come back up here again is the problem. But once we break that and come down here, then we might even get rejected here. But that's the beauty of it. If you buy it at 35.1, get rejected at 35.58, I'll take that. I would take this. I'm still making like 25%. Sean, so you think it's got to come up like I was saying? You think it's going to come up here still? XRP is a convoluted pattern right now. You've got 3 hits on support, only 2 on resistance in the short-term pattern. So, 1 hit of resistance, 2 hits of resistance. 1, 2, 3 hits of support. Probably means we're going to have to come back up here before we keep dancing here. It's a very intriguing spot, though, to go along if you had the balls. If you had the balls to say this pattern's a fake out right now, good luck. But me personally, I'm just going to wait for it to get to the uptrend so I don't got to stress all night. And when it gets to the uptrend, I'm going to buy it. That's all. Although I am very tempted just to say, hey, you know. But right when I buy it, it'll just come down here anyhow. And then I'm going to be like, damn it. Why would I go long if I'm waiting for my long pattern down here? And then if I went short here and it went, I'd be like, damn it. What are you doing? You're waiting to go long, so there's a no-win. So I'm just going to wait. Sean, you like 35.10? Yeah, I like this area too. Because I feel like if we get this, even if we get a failed attempt here, we still have a nice leverage trade from here to here. We just have to break into this zone again, that's all. So, let me put this back where I think. I think this is going to go down to about, where was it at? Well, now it's over here. So let's just say we're projecting into this area. 35, what is that? 091. We'll pull it up just a little bit. 35.172. From 35.172, you could get a push up to about 406. Ooh, I like that a lot better now. So then, interesting. So we'd be projecting. This is what our pattern would look like. What do we think? That's your projection that we'd be in a rising channel after this. So we'd be projecting us into a rising channel. And then you'd be like, well, how do you know if we're bullish? Well, if we were to have a bounce down, bounce up, then we got to come here, and then you're like, oh, baby, 50 cents is on the table if we do something like that. But the problem is it's not going to be that easy. We're going to go, you know, it's not going to be easy. We'll do this. Maybe we'll do this. You know, it's going to be a nice bounce up. Or you're going to get a nice quick. It could be quick. But I do know you're going to get a bounce at each of these. But we really would like to get up here. But the more I look at this, new support, resistance, support for a second here, resistance to confirm the pattern. If we confirm the pattern here, though, and come all the way back down to support, I mean, this would be an interesting and intriguing pattern. Because I'm saying this is the start of this if we pull it back. So I'm not saying that's the up channel. I'm saying this is the first true head of support. Resistance. Support in the future. Resistance in the future. Like, that could be how this pattern goes. And then it could finally break through. Or it could keep bouncing around a little bit. But I think we're projecting into the future. This is support. So if you're looking at this, S1, R1, S2 in the future, R2. R is resistance, S support. So you need 2 hits on each. So we're projecting. And then I think it would be a continuation for the crash. Yes. Bitcoin. I'm waiting to buy until it gets here. So I think that's what gets XRP to where we need to go. That's my target. The first real target for Bitcoin would be just to get up to 22,000. This 22,000. It actually was in the other part of the pattern, but we need to get up to 22,000. I don't think we're going to get way up here. I know technically we could because I mean, look at the pattern. We're in a rising channel. And then we're in a descending triangle in the short-term pattern. So, how far could we come up? Well, that's anybody's guess, sir. I think 22K, but 25K is on the table. If we can break up. 25K is on the table. It's not uncommon where you get this fake bear flag and come way back up here. I just don't see it happening. I'd say 22.5. 22.2, 222 is about where I expect this. I expect this to kind of look like a squeeze candle, and then it'll make up its mind. So I expect about 22.5 or 22.2K. But I got to get going, everybody. It's 9/11. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hopefully this gave you some kind of value, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 8 to 9 p.m. If it gave you no value, well, obviously I won't see you tomorrow, and it's very disappointing. But I'll try to do better tomorrow. XRP Future Millionaire. Hopefully I'll see you over on YouTube. If not, it was nice to see you this one time only. And hopefully you have a blessed night. Unlocking Minds. Have a good night. Sean, Whitey. I appreciate everybody hits. Thank you for the 300 bits as well. I think I thanked you already. But everybody, have a good night.